Good day guys, come here. Welcome to Langrisser SEA on this week's 5 Timeless Law. When there is no allies in 2 squares or tiles, all offensive and defensive stats increase by 20%, applies to all. Recommend heroes are from the Darkness faction, and let's say this week is a very hard challenge. You gotta use your best because of the advantages that the enemy will be having, because look at how big the map is, how spread out the enemies are, and they'll definitely get the plus 20% defense or offensive stats. However, we'll be using this team: Terrorist, Ladin, Light of Genesis, Elwin, and Bozo. And if you do not have Light of Genesis, feel free to use characters like Liana for aggregate purpose. So right off the bat, we'll get Bozo to move to the tree location and cast Earthquake. The best or better RNG here will be that enemy will get this debuff of not able to receive buff. So that's important. You definitely need to bring this because the stats of this enemy is over the charts, and if they can still continue to buff each other, that is very crazy. So you got to be careful. So okay, teleport. Ladin can just move down to the right side of Bozo, because we're just gonna make sure he can guard Bozo and gain the 20% defensive stats, and goes for faction buff. Then Terry's will move on to cast Attack Blessing on SP Elwin. So if you don't have SP Elwin, you can switch to Roselia or any other characters with long legs. Then of course you gotta go egg again, move again, and go down and go for Sword Soul. Or if you have a long leg characters, you can move to the location of Zerida, so you're trying to finish her off. And thankfully I have a great RNG here, is that she did not cast faction buff. If not, well, the enemy's stats is going to get further increase again. You don't want that to happen. So you can see apparently it's taking a bit of toll towards Ladin. So okay, it's a great RNG that will be casting AoE skills instead of directly attacking or assaulting the character. So we get to breathe a bit for the first turn. So right, and Elwin's gonna try to finish off Zerida as soon as possible before she casts faction buff or casts any fatal blow again, because SP Elwin get to revive or resurrect once if it's away from his teammate for more than 2 squares or tiles. So yeah, Bozo, you definitely gonna cast his AoE of not receiving buff, because Alfred has this skills where once he casts, he'll make sure all allies around him will be treated as in water. And apparently 4 of these pirates heroes are best when they're in water and sea or water, whichever you call. They'll get the advantages and further increment of stats, and you definitely don't want that to happen. If not, Ladin will not be able to survive, and you will not be able to Langrisser. So yep, Terry's cast Miracle, so we're gonna increase survivability of the whole team. Yep. So Sandwich Party, he will not be able to receive buff. The cast was a failure, and that's a plus for us. So the most dangerous of all characters right now will be V-Rash, because he can resurrect a lot of times and his attack is really over the chart. So you gotta be careful when dealing with him. And what you want to do here is make sure all of the enemy are as close to each other as much as possible, so they will not receive the benefits of the Timeless Law. And then followed by the last AoE I have left, Black Hole. And of course, if your characters have Clock Trigger, you can feel free to cast your Earthquake again to further reduce their attack and give more debuff available options to them. Okay, I'll be using Heal for Terry's. I'm not going to take my chance. So I definitely suggest, if you don't have Light of Genesis, you can bring Liana to give an additional healing to your team. That might be great. So alright, and with only Virash left and at very low HP, it is no longer a big threat to us, so we can end this game fast, short and sweet. And of course, Light of Genesis or Lowly Jessica, she has Twilight equipped to her, so it might not be fair to other players who do not have this, so I'm not going to finish Virash off on this turn. I'll be ending my turn, so I'll let Ladin to do the counter attack and finish the job. Okay, you can shift both away to do an additional normal attack. Then Terry's gonna stay at the tree location and end her turn, and that's it. So remember to constantly heal your team, and that will be great. Okay, looks like he's going in for the kill, and tuck. Thanks to Mirror Armor, you're my favorite. So right, that's it for 4S5. I gotta admit, this week's 4S5 is definitely harder than usual because of the timeless law and because of the advantages for the enemies in the map. So okay, now we're looking at character's item build. So Elwin gonna give him exclusive, boost his HP and attack as much as possible. Then Bozo boosts his magic defense because, well, he'll use them as intelligence. Okay, Lowly Jessica, so gotta boost her intelligence as much as possible. Let in double defense, magic defense, and normal defense, which will become his attack for counter attack. So remember, if you do not have Lowly Jessica, you can switch to another healer. Then last characters, yes, it's Thierry. So as a healer, gotta boost her intelligence and her healing percentage as much as possible. So Ladin will survive. So alright, we have come to the end. Remember to like and subscribe. This is Kami. See you guys on the next video. Goodbye.